Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and unpack the foundational philosophy behind Napoleon Hill's classic work. We're going to show you exactly how thoughts can literally transform into wealth. And look, this isn't just about wishing for good things to happen to you. It's about the tangible, mechanical process of transmuting a completely intangible impulsive thought into physical reality. If you've ever wondered what actually separates the people who simply dream from those who achieve monumental success, you are absolutely in the right place.
Now, what's truly fascinating here is the sheer scale of the research behind all of this. This material wasn't thrown together just to entertain you for a few hours. It was painstakingly compiled from an analysis of over 500 exceedingly wealthy individuals from the early 20th century. We are talking about men like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Andrew Carnegie. It's designed to serve as a practical, step-by-step textbook on individual achievement. As Dr. Miller Reese Hutchison, who was a consulting engineer for Thomas Edison, pointed out, this is material that should be studied, digested, and meditated upon. It's quite literally a blueprint for success pulled straight from the greatest minds of an era.
So here is our roadmap for today. 1. Thoughts become tangible things. 2. Never stop 3 feet short. 3. The power of burning desire. 4. 6 steps to acquire riches. And finally, 5. Faith and the subconscious mind.
Section 1. Thoughts become tangible things, the starting point.
The source material hammers home a really profound truth. All earned riches and all great achievements start as a simple idea. Think about it. Hill studied giants of industry who started with absolutely nothing but their thoughts and some organized plans. Henry Ford dreamed of a horseless carriage. His own engineers told him a one-piece 8-cylinder engine block was flat out impossible, but he forced them to keep trying until they actually succeeded. Thomas Edison dreamed of a lamp operated by electricity and pushed through over 10,000 failures before making it a physical reality. The Wright brothers, they dreamed of a machine that would fly. These pioneers proved, without a doubt, that thoughts, when backed by a definite purpose, truly are things. And the story of Edwin C. Barnes brilliantly illustrates this concept in action. Barnes had a desire, but it wasn't just some vague hope or a casual wish. He had a consuming obsession. He wanted to work with Thomas Edison, not just for him. Now, he faced 2 massive obstacles. He didn't know Edison, and he couldn't even afford the train fare to New Jersey. So what did he do? He literally sneaked onto a freight train by blind baggage. Once he got there, he took on menial, low-paying work just to get his foot in the door. For years, absolutely nothing happened. But in his own mind, he was already Edison's partner. When Edison's dictating machine, the Ediphone, totally failed to excite the sales team, Barnes saw his opening. He stepped up and sold it so successfully that it birthed the slogan, made by Edison and installed by Barnes. He quite literally thought his way into a multi-million-dollar partnership. Thomas Edison himself noted that it wasn't Barnes's appearance that got him the job. I mean, he looked like an ordinary tramp. But Edison recognized this intense, unyielding determination radiating from him. Edison knew from years of hard-won experience that when a person desires something so deeply that they are willing to stake their entire future on a single turn of the wheel, they are going to win. Barnes left himself no way out. He had to win or perish. Section 2. Never stop 3 feet short. The danger of quitting. The absolutely crucial point here is the number 3, specifically 3 feet. This represents one of the most common causes of failure. Quitting the moment you are overtaken by temporary defeat. The story goes that R.U. Darby's uncle went west during the gold rush, staked a claim, and actually found shiny ore. So they bought machinery, started digging, and then nothing. The vein of gold just disappeared. They drilled on desperately for a while, but finally, they just threw their hands up and quit. They sold their machinery to a junk man for a few $100 and went home in total defeat. But you see, that junk man wasn't dumb. He called in a mining engineer who understood fault lines, and they calculated that the gold vein was exactly 3 feet from where the Darbys had stopped drilling. 3 feet. The junk man made millions simply because he sought expert counsel instead of giving up. This perfectly juxtaposes a failure-conscious mindset against a success-conscious mindset. A failure consciousness allows temporary defeat to become a permanent surrender. It measures the entire world by its own current limitations. But a success consciousness, it doesn't even recognize the word impossible. Now, interestingly enough, Darby actually learned from this massive mistake. He later went into the life insurance business and, always remembering that he lost millions by stopping just 3 feet from gold, he simply refused to stop when potential clients told him no. That one realization propelled him into a highly exclusive group of salesmen who sold over $1 million of insurance annually. He took a devastating defeat and turned it into the exact seed of an equivalent success.
Section 3. The Power of Burning Desire. Outwitting Mother Nature. Napoleon Hill is very, very specific here. He's not talking about a passive wish. Look, everyone wishes for money and success. But a burning desire? That is a pulsating obsession. It requires you to act like the ancient warrior who sailed to enemy shores, unloaded his troops, and then turned around and literally burned his own ships. He told his men they had to win because they couldn't leave alive otherwise. That white heat of desire, where you completely cut off all sources of retreat, is exactly what creates the state of mind essential for success. Consider this incredible story of a little girl who demanded 50 cents from a fierce, terrifying adult. R.U. Darby actually witnessed this at his uncle's mill. The uncle, who had a notoriously fierce temper, ordered this child of a tenant farmer to just go home. She refused, flat out stating her mother needed 50 cents, while the uncle grabbed a barrel stave and marched toward her looking like he was about to commit murder. But the little girl didn't flinch, not even a little. She stepped forward, looked up right into his eyes, and screamed at the top of her lungs, "My mommy's gotta have that 50 cents!" And you know what happened? The uncle dropped his weapon, reached into his pocket, and handed over the money. She used an unspoken, intense power of desire, an absolute refusal to accept defeat, to completely master a hostile adult. This highlights the exact difference between a passive wish and a burning desire. A mere wish folds at the very first sign of struggle or opposition. It's exactly what Darby did at the gold mine. But a burning desire, it equips you with a bulldog determination that just mows down all opposition. It's Edwin C. Barnes waiting years for his chance with Edison, or that little girl refusing to back down from a physical threat. A burning desire is entirely 100% focused on a definite major purpose. Section 4. 6 Steps to Acquire Riches. The Practical Framework. So here is Andrew Carnegie's exact formula. These are 6 highly specific instructional steps. Step 1. Fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. Just saying, "I want plenty of money," isn't good enough. Step 2. Determine exactly what you will give in return, because let's face it, there is no such thing as something for nothing. Step 3. Establish a definite date to possess it. Step 4. Create a plan and start immediately, whether you feel ready or not. Step 5. Write all of this down in a clear, concise statement. And step 6, and this is by far the most vital step, read your written statement aloud twice daily. As you read it, you must actually see, feel, and believe yourself already in possession of the money. Section 5. Faith and the Subconscious Mind, the Psychological Engine. Now you might be wondering, why on earth do you have to read your statement twice a day? Well, it's because of faith. Faith is the head chemist of the mind. It's a state of mind that can be voluntarily induced through autosuggestion. And autosuggestion is simply the act of repeating instructions to your subconscious. When you blend your thought impulses with the emotion of faith, your subconscious instantly picks it up and translates it into its spiritual equivalent. If you repeat a goal to yourself long enough, with genuine feeling and expectation, you will eventually convince your subconscious mind to accept it as truth. And that generates the exact faith required to pursue your plans relentlessly. And listen, this isn't just some metaphysical theory. These very concepts of faith, burning desire, and organized planning were completely validated by leaders like former President William Howard Taft, who commended the organization of this common-sense philosophy. Men like F.W. Woolworth, George Eastman, and Woodrow Wilson all leaned on these exact same principles to navigate massive challenges and build lasting empires. The poet William Ernest Henley famously wrote, "I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul." The source material points out that Henley really should have explained exactly why this is true. We are the masters of our economic fate because we have the absolute power to control our thoughts. Our brains literally become magnetized by the dominating thoughts we hold in our minds. If we constantly feed our subconscious with fear and failure, well, we attract misfortune. But if we magnetize our minds with an intense, burning desire for success and riches, we inevitably attract the forces, people, and circumstances that perfectly harmonize with that success. So as you walk away from this explainer today, I want to leave you with this final, challenging thought. You now know the mechanics of desire. You know the danger of stopping 3 feet short, and you have the 6 specific steps to reprogram your subconscious mind. So I challenge you to ask yourself right now, what is your definite major purpose? What is the one magnificent obsession you are willing to burn your boats for and stake your entire future on? Because once you define that,
Absolutely nothing can stand in your way.